WWE Smackdown Shut Your Mouth was released in October of 2002, a little over a year after Just Bring It. It was once again a big upgrade from Just Bring It, featuring better controls and moves. Steel chair shots and punches actually felt like they connected compared to previous year's games. So in this video I'll show you 5 things you may not have known about this past Smackdown game, depending on if you had played it or not. After the WWE destroyed their competition in 2001, Raw and Smackdown would become 2 different brands that would compete every week on WWE TV. This led to a draft with half the roster going to Raw and the other half on Smackdown. This came over to the video game in 2002 as well. The WWE draft was a fun and exciting feature in Smackdown Shut Your Mouth, with you playing either Vince McMahon or GM of Smackdown at the time, Ric Flair. The draft is a feature still done to date, but it was done for the first time ever in WWE Smackdown Shut Your Mouth. "2002 was a big time period of change in the WWE, and this shows with the roster of Smackdown Shut Your Mouth. Many wrestlers would make their debut in the games for the first time ever, these wrestlers being Billy Kidman, Brock Lesnar, Chuck Palumbo, DDP, Jazz, Lance Storm, Maven, Randy Orton, Rico, Torrie Wilson, and Rob Van Dam. Some of these wrestlers would go on to be future world champions, and some of these matches would even be simulated back in 2002 in Shut Your Mouth. While Shut Your Mouth had an immense roster with many first-time superstars, there was also a huge list of secret wrestlers in the CAW menu. The menu featured many preset superstar heads and even full bodies, thus giving you the ability to create many of these wrestlers who would not appear until later games, and some bizarre wrestlers who would never make an appearance at all. These wrestlers include Andre the Giant, Big Boss Man, Bull Buchanan, Bret Hart, Chavo Guerrero, Christopher Nowinski, Chyna, Crash, Kurt Hennig, David Beckham, Dean Malenko, Deborah, D'Lo Brown, Earl Hebner, Essa Rios, Funaki, Gene Okerlund, Goldberg, Grandmaster Sexay, Harry Potter, Jackie Gata, Jamal, Jamie Noble, John Cena, Justin Credible, Ken Shamrock, Lillian Garcia, Mick Foley, Paul Heyman, Perry Saturn, Rey Mysterio, Road Dogg, Scott Hall, Steve Blackman, Steven Richards, Taka Michinoku, and finally Tommy Dreamer. If you're wondering why David Beckham and Harry Potter are in a wrestling game, so am I. WWE Smackdown Shut Your Mouth was the first game to introduce a feature in story mode where if your character had an overall of under 60, you would have to wrestle on Sunday Night Heat. Nowadays in modern games people are used to this, but back in 2002 this was a really cool feature and it was exciting that they were adding more and more to season mode every year. After you finally made it to over 60, you could choose to be on Raw or Smackdown, giving you fun replayability options. Back in 2002, The Undertaker had a new gimmick called the American Badass. In this gimmick, he would ride around the arena on a motorcycle. This resulted in many superstars screwing with the dead man and stealing his motorcycle, resulting in it being destroyed many times. A fun first-time feature in Shut Your Mouth was the ability to steal The Undertaker's motorcycle and ride it around the stage while he chased you. This would later be updated in future games, or you could ride it backstage, but the fact you could run over The Undertaker was hilarious, and surely another feature that needs to return in future installments of the series.